I'm cartoonist Ray Friesen, and I'm going to read you a snarky bedtime story I just made up. It's called Flukulele. Once upon a time is a very overused way of beginning a story. You might as well say, and now, a bunch of stuff that happens, or words, paragraphs, activate, or Dear Sally. The last one's a little trickier because you have to actually know someone named Sally. So we're going to start this book with Thar she blows. Thar is how old-timey sailors pronounce the word there, because old-timey sailors get confused easily. When sailors say she, they're talking about a whale, because sailors think that all whales are girls, and that all sharks are boys. Sailors, you gotta consult a marine biologist sometime. So Thar she blows means, hey look, a whale playing a song. Whales are the most musical animals on Earth. They love to sing deep, rumbly whale songs, and they also play many musical instruments, such as the saxophone, the trumpet, and the bagpipes. Today's story is about a humpback whale named Skippy, who learned how to play the ukulele, a kind of Hawaiian banjo from Portugal. Everyone told Skippy that whales could never learn to play the ukulele, or any kind of tiny guitar, because they didn't have fingers, they just had flippers. But Skippy figured it out somehow, and proved everybody wrong. Everybody apologized, and then went back to whatever it was they were doing. That's the gist of the story, really. Skippy wrote a bunch of really rockin' songs, and many people came from miles around to hear him play his music till the sun went down. I should mention that when the sun goes down, it doesn't actually go down underwater, because that would boil the sea away. That's just an old wives' tales. Old wives, consult an astrophysicist sometime. Skippy met a gnarly narwhal named Narbert, and together they formed a band, the Sensational Cetaceans. Narbert played the drums and the piano at the same time, although not very well. So they got in an orca named Mork to play the piano properly, and then got a dolphin named Daphne to tune the fish. Get it? Tune the fish. Sorry. Their first album went platinum. Their second album went double platinum, which is unusual because it was their greatest hits collection and it had all the same songs as the first album. Their third album was really artsy and experimental, and their fans politely asked them not to play it at concerts. The Cetacean Sensations won Best Fish-Based Recording Group at the Grammys, which is technically inaccurate because whales are mammals, but they didn't want to say anything in case their awards got taken away. There was some friction later when Skippy and Narbert both fell for the same groupie, a guppy named Griselda, and the band split up into two smaller bands because of creative differences. That's a secret code that means arguing. Somehow, these two smaller bands were actually each better than the original one band, and their new albums went super upside down quadruple platinum, which means that everyone on Earth bought 2 copies. The band reunited and launched on a triumphant tour of the Pacific Ocean, jamming from Alaska to Antarctica and eating many times their own body weight in krill and yellow M&Ms, because that was in their contract. The whales were so excited that they did backflips out of the water and crashed down into enormous piles of money. The end. The moral of that story is that everyone loves musicians, and if you learn how to play a musical instrument, you've got it made. Do you want more snarky bedtime stories? Well, then you need a copy of my new book, Fairy Tales I Just Made Up. It's 80 pages full of silliness, and we are using Kickstarter to help fund the printing. So please show your support, pledge a couple dollars, and get your very own copy. Visit my website, rayfriesen.com, for more details, or click the Kickstarter link in this video's description.